What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat and Rusty from Champions Chat, and we are power rating Miss Jacqueline. Rusty, I think she's one of the best females in the game, and I personally don't know anybody who was lucky enough to get Miss Jacqueline. Do you know anyone who was lucky enough to have one of the best females in the game on their roster?
Nobody I know is that lucky.
Oh, yeah.
I pulled her. It's me. It's me. I pulled her in the Elite Loot. I actually got a new character. I did the loot hoping for shards for Viscera,
Yeah.
and I ended up pulling Jackie. And it's like, holy cow. So if you want to watch my elation, that video will be coming soon. It might already be out by the time this gets out. So I do have Jacqueline. So this video is a little self-serving and a little tutorial for me because I didn't actually get to play with her during her preview when the content team was doing that. I was busy, I don't know, like sweeping the floor in my house or something. So like Cinderella, that's my life.
And then you turned into the pumpkin, or no, wait, that's not how that goes.
Yeah, Lee. So I have Jacqueline. I love that she's a WCW, like one of the legends, right? At the height of Nitro. Yeah. So,
Yeah, or
right.
just the Attitude Era on Raw. I mean, Miss Jackie was, yeah.
I didn't watch when she came to WWF, WWE. I was not watching that. So my memories of Jackie are from WCW. Like,
Interesting.
yeah.
Wow, we have very different memories, but it's good, and she's incredible. In fact, for those who are watching us on Twitch, because we're on our own Twitch channel again more frequently, about once a week still at least, we were just debating, like, she has 3 or 4 really good move sets. I mean, really good, and it was hard to decide on which one. What's up, Spider Guard? Which one we were gonna do. So Rusty, you made the ultimate call for us, and I think it's a good one, to go purple, blue, blue. German suplex, 5 MP purple move, deal damage, gain 10 blue MP, and if the opponent generated at least 1 multiply gem, you deal damage, you steal their multiply gems, you hurt them, which means, if you and I can't go against each other in feud, but if I brought my indie in and I forgot and started facing your Jacqueline, you know what's going to happen to me? I'm going to get whooped.
Yeah. Gonna take it all. She's gonna own the world.
Yeah, she's gonna destroy me. Oh well. Then the missile drop kick, 8 MP blue, but it doesn't matter because it's loaded by the purple move. Deal damage, make 41 random gems silence, and then the float over DDT, 10 MP blue, but again it doesn't matter because it's loaded by a 5 MP purple move. Deal damage, bonus damage for every silence gem, then a finisher which does a decent amount of damage, almost 2 million, and then make silence gems into purple and pin the opponent. So 3 different sources of damage, all of them pretty good, some of them unblockable. So all we need is woods to get started, because purple moves are going to start with 4. It's a 5 MP move, so that means with your turn bonus, you're always starting loaded turn 1. Jacob Fatu for silence gems do 75% more damage, and purple gems do 60% more damage. Zombie...
Yeah, Jacob, perfect compatibility. Like Jacqueline was made for Jacob to amplify. Like such perfect synergy there.
Yep.
Really incredible.
Absolutely. And it gets better though, because also Zombie Cody, purple gems do 30% more damage and silence gems do 60% more damage.
Oh.
And then Zombie Hogan, silence gems do 50% more damage. So all said and done, this is what we're talking about right here. Bonus damage for every gem, plus all the purple silences are getting 75% plus 60% there, 60% plus 30% there, and another 50% right there. So you got per damage for that, you got move damage, and you've got silence gems into purple damage. we're going to play with some plates in a minute, but we always start with the basic build first. All I've got on her is 100% strap with double Fury 2s, not Fury 3s, Fury 2s, and a blue 200% move damage medal. That's it. That's all we're starting with to give her her juice.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, we're
So, yeah, I was just gonna say, do you remember when Jackie was Harlem Heat's like manager? Do you remember that? Like Booker T,
no.
like that's that's who forever she'll be in my mind. Like the third piece of Harlem Heat, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Yeah.
Certainly agree with that, but no, I didn't. I didn't remember that. So cool. That's great. I think Harlem. By the time I started watching WCW, Harlem Heat was already on the way out. Booker was becoming a singles star, but anyway. So I can confirm real quick though, they designed this move specifically for the 8th anniversary plate. It specifically makes 41 gems into silence, so that when we add the 8th anniversary plate onto her, it absolutely fills the board perfectly. Like they did the exact number on that for that reason. So right now she's doing is that 15 million or 1.5 million? They really need to input commas. 1.5 million damage, bonus damage for every silence gem, 6 million damage for the move damage, and then 31 random gems into purple. So Jade, I don't have my contacts in. That's why I keep going up against the screen here. Jade's got 75 million health, and we're about to melt her. In fact, that was 63 million just for the bonus damage, and that's another
What?
who knows what beyond that.
Just for the bonus damage?
Yeah, 63 million just for the bonus damage alone. So,
That's bonkers. That's cuckoo bananas, bro. What?
yep. And then we couldn't see all the gem damage because it just showed me the rest of her health go down. It didn't show me how much we actually hit on the gem damage because I doubt it was only 10 million. Maybe, but at the very least, she hit 75 million turn one. The only thing I would consider even close to rare on that is Jacob Fatu. Like, but even that, I don't know if he's rare or not.
I think the people that play the game competitively are now crossing or have crossed the Jacob Fatu recruit line. Like it feels like he's attainable and has been um, gathered. Now maybe they're still working him up, but I think at least that's my theory.
Right. I think that's probably true. That's probably true. So the only thing we're going to change is we're just going to add the silence plate because the 8th anniversary silence plate was one of the more available of the 8th anniversary plates. I think that was one of the lower
Yeah,
hanging fruit ones.
it's
So,
been the cheapest. So like when you get to choice, it's the cheapest one on the wall each time it's been offered.
right. Yep. So this is going to do so we did our 63 million unblockable. We turned most of the board purple. We broke the that says 19 million. But again, it's mostly showing her health deplete. So at the very least, we're doing around 85 million damage minimum, and that's not necessarily the hardest she can hit. She has other builds that can do some crazy things, but that is super accessible, I think. And you don't even need the 8th anniversary plate. Like you don't need anything aside from you arguably don't even need Jacob Fatu. You could run somebody else. So yeah, I'm
Right. So from everything I'm hearing you say, she is now the best Silence Gym superstar in the game. Like I
absolutely
don't know anyone else that does with Silence Gems what she. I mean, who would we even be? Like Zombie Bailey, but she doesn't draw her damage from Silence Gems. They're in addition to all the move damage she does.
right.
So
Oh, I'm gonna have to tweak this
man.
window here. All right, well let's go on to the power rating sheet. Oh, that's
If
why.
I'll just throw out this, here's a little spicy pepper for you. If you have that Silence 8th anniversary plate, you could switch out Hogan for Zombie Brett, and then your purple's doing 40%, and your multiplies are doing what, 60% more. So
Yeah,
you might, that threshold is going to continue to rise as your tools and tech allow for it.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
and I've already sent the thing over to Scopely to say it, but like we have 200% special gym type coaches in a lot of the other types of gyms. So I would argue that they should move Zombie Hogan up to at least 100%. And then I'm assuming they would release somebody new that'll do 200%. But I think they should at least move Zombie Hogan up to 100%, which is only going to make her stronger and stronger. So as soon as there's a 200% Silence Gym coach, boom, she hits even harder
Right.
again. So
Yeah. Wow.
yeah. Yeah, that's
Wow.
crazy. So let's talk about the stuff. I've got it on screen here where I can see it better there than I can here, so I'm going to be looking that way. But damage is our first category. For a 5 in damage, character needs to be able to do at least 60 million to hit the top end damage. Like top end damage starts at 60 million. That's usually what we'll put down a character. That'll grow as the meta evolves, and especially as we get to whatever comes next. But we'll move that with it. So as of right now, she easily hits 85 million with no special things. That's a 5. That's a 5. On her speed, same thing. For a 5, character needs to have at least 2 of the following things be true. MP charge is equal to or lesser than 6 MP. That doesn't have to be every move if one move loads all the others or if they load each other in sequence. And her purple move loads all the blue moves, so we're good there. We're good to go. And that they would win in under 45 seconds in feud. The fact is, you don't touch the board. She's a 2-click if you use certain trainers, but she's certainly a 3-click and done. So yeah, all of these are true. She's a 5. All right, Rusty, talk to us
Yeah.
about Readiness and where you think she falls on
So
Readiness.
so readiness, if you wind this video back and watch it slowly, you'll hear us say, um, you'll basically hear us talk through a series of choices in entourage selection, and we chose the people that would make her ready right out of the box that are already on your roster with the tech you already have. That's the way we want to present these superstars so that you, whether it's a lucky pull or whether it's a grinded recruitment, you can say, now I can use this person effectively and competitively. That doesn't always happen, especially when rare tech is needed, right? So a score of 5 in readiness means that Jackie would need 0 or 1 special thing to fire on all cylinders. So that would be a score of 5. A score of 4 is she would need 2 special things to fire on all cylinders. A score of 3, she would need 3 special things. A score of 2, she would need 4 special things. A score of 1, she's basically, it would take every trick in the book just to finally beat that tour node, to get the 10 TP that you're trying to grind for or whatever it is. Um, so Lee and I kind of make choices for power ratings based on readiness typically. Um, Lee, with that parameter and for what you showed, I mean, that's literally 0 special things were needed. Um, unless I'm seeing it wrong, because we could curb down Jacob Fatu. We could easily
Yep.
put in um, Gunther, right? We could put Tech Gunther there.
Yeah.
We could put anybody that has purple gem damage.
Silence
So
Jim's the
he's like,
damage the better way to go, but there's other Silence Jim people as
yeah,
well. I can't because I'm not on Twitch. I'm on OBS right now. I can't put up a poll if you want to do that, or if you
Jim.
just want to tell
Like,
the
no, I
chat. But
can't.
I mean, I don't know. Again, we've talked about this is kind of objective. Like the first two are clearly objective. This is pretty objective too, but. Throw it in there, baby. Ice is ready. I just don't see how it's not a 5. I just there's no. I just I Jacob Fatu is the
So
only thing that would even
we're gonna have to
closely
make
qualify
my
as rare.
we're gonna have to somehow make my account have the ability to do polls and our on our Champions Chat Twitch. I can't do a poll, but I did write in the chat, is Jackie a 5, yes or no?
Oh, that's right.
Because
That's right. Yeah. So you'll have to put it
in
in the
my
chat. Yeah.
in my opinion, she's a 5. Um, I don't have Twitch app, bro. She's a 5. Stephen
Stephen
Randall,
Randall.
yes,
Yep.
she's a 5. So we don't have any dissenters. First time chatter,
Expotamus.
Xbotimus,
Yeah.
5. That's incredible. Welcome to Champions Chat. So I think the consensus is there. Yes,
Yeah.
she's ready right out of the box, and I love when those high end superstars are. It's like they reward you by building themselves out. Right? You don't need everything.
Right.
Big Show says 5. Yeah, the 5s keep rolling in.
Yeah, I forgot about that because this is only the second power rating we've done on our channel. We don't have the ability to do polls for some reason yet. So when we were on the official channel a lot, that was built into the official channel. I don't know if we have to hit a higher level of like Twitch because we're not partners or affiliates of any kind with Twitch.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's a thing or what, but you guys, you're typing in the chat and we appreciate that. Also, Stephen Randall, I have it on my list to put up a playlist for Botchamania. I just have not gotten there yet. So, yeah, how
Yeah,
can I
baby
veto?
ice. Yeah. How can I veto or make decisions with no poll?
I
We're gonna figure out
know.
how to get the poll.
Yeah.
You're gonna be our poll worker, right? Like
Whoa.
an election.
You can
The
work the poll
certified,
for us.
uh, yeah, like the voters, right? The people that give you your sticker when you vote.
Right.
They're called poll workers, as opposed to people who work another kind of poll late at night, right?
Oh, I know. Yeah, we took two steps forward, one step back, but poll worker is now an outlawed phrase. All right, fine. Dang it.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Oh,
Whoop.
all right. Well, Rusty, talk to us about versatility because that we will need some people to type in the chat for.
Right.
We only showed one of her
Versatility.
builds, but what do you think?
Right. We only showed one build, and I think it's the build that's the most versatile. So we can base our score on that. Particularly, we saw her charge her MP. We saw her turn the board essentially into silence gems, and then blow up a large amount of the board, converting the silence into purple. Our power rating sheet says that a score of 5 in versatility would mean that she's competitively usable in every major format, right? So that's feud, that's boss battle, that's showdown, that's extreme rules tours, or I don't know, steel cage. We probably won't
Germania.
touch that because that is a Germania, stip tours. That's a better. No. So score of 5 would be competitive usable in everything. A score of 4 would mean there's every major format except one, right? It could be we don't like the showdown, the MP charge, or it could be that we don't like the tag link, or we don't like. Okay, so like she doesn't make enough of a special gym type to really take on a boss, right? So so a lot of people miss out on that. A score of 3 is we would say, well, you know what? She doesn't really make the specialty gym type, nor does she really charge MP. So maybe showdown. So a score of 3, on down. I don't think we're gonna have to evaluate 2 and 1. Thankfully, the devs have been firing on all cylinders. So, what say you, chat? Is there any competitive mode you would not want to go into battle with Miss Jacqueline? I say she's a 5 because she turns the board silence, blows the board up. She creates multis with the
I
anniversary
was gonna say
plate.
with plate.
She's
Yeah.
low MP to charge. She only takes one MP trainer. So it's a 5 for me. Type 5 in the chat if you agree. Lee, what do you say about Jackie's versatility?
Well, everybody so far that has typed, and they started typing while you were talking, have said 5. And, I agree. So anytime a character has, for showdown purposes alone, has a move that loads everything else that's a 5 MP, unless they nerf a certain color and we can't predict or, go off that, there's no way to stop them from being turn one in Showdown.
Right.
So Showdown's a check for me. I did look; she doesn't have like the hot tag ability, so but so some others that have the hot tag ability, that's kind of the new like guarantee for Showdown that they're going to be great. But still, even without that, she's going to be really good. Feud, we've already established that she'll win easily in 45 seconds or less, and then boss battle, it always comes down to what does the boss do. But when you make the entire board pretty much silence gems and multi if you have the plate, and then turn them into a specific color, she's gonna, anytime they have buff silence gems, buff purple, buff multi, although that one wouldn't quite work because the plate guarantees they're only 7 MP or 8 times 8 multis. But any of those combinations, she's going to be great. So I don't see what mode she wouldn't be good in, and I don't see any more people saying anything different in the chat. Everybody so far has said she's a 5. So I would say what's confidently usable in every mode.
All right. There we go.
All right. Well, here's where it always comes down. Entourage. As I've said earlier in our podcasting, I'll just move this for just a second here. Well, actually, I can't for some reason. No, I'm not leaving the game. Hold on. All right. Well, either way. So purple moves start with 2 more MP. Red gems do 50%. Purple moves start with 2. Red gems do 50. And Rusty, we've got a precedent for this across every color.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what that is, so let me know.
Well, every other person that we've used that has this, like for example, WCW Steve Austin, on through to the more recent characters with Gunther and with Last Time Was Now Cena, blah, blah, blah. Every one of them has been a 3 out of 5. We've said consistently, sorry, I'm trying to find where I'm at. There we go. We've said every single time we've had a X color into this Penta, everybody, it's been a 3.
All right.
Do we need to vote? I mean, that's the only difference is color, but every other color combination so far we've said is niche.
Yeah, I think it's the precedent has been set, and I think I don't know that that her color is any different or more special or any more important or better than the others. So
yeah. Well, that puts her at a 23 out of 25, which still means we don't have a perfect character in the female ranking, but that puts her alongside OTC, Jey Uso Yeet, Last Time Is Now Cena, Hornswoggle, Austin the Alliance, Viscera. Like, I would say that's a pretty good score across the board. So
yeah. Where'd she compare to Charlotte? Did Charlotte get a 23 or what?
let me see if I can get this to move. Why is it? Oh, okay. Sorry, that's what's happening here. You're gonna be. I'm hidden, but you're over things. That's good. Hold on one second here. Oh, except for I can't. All right, hold on. Oh no, what just happened?
Uh-oh.
All right, there we go. What is it? Control. There it is. Control click. How do I make it? How do I make it where I can move the thing? I move the box. Is it option?
Just click and drag.
No, I want to resize it on the fly. What button is that?
Oh yeah, option.
Option click. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Now I've got her on screen. Okay, so Charlotte is a 24 out of 25.
No. That dirty bird. How's that possible?
Well, she's got 5 on everything but 4 on Entourage. But correct me if I'm wrong, Baby Ice. I think we had said if we re-rated Charlotte in the current meta that she wouldn't stack up. Like,
Charlotte has this exact same entourage ability that Jacqueline has.
is that right?
Check it. Yeah, it's two 2MP and 50%, it's like yellow and red, right?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Like,
Well, everybody,
is that not exactly what we just did with Jackie?
yeah, it is. So,
So she should be lowered a notch because of the standard we established probably after um, Charlotte was one of the first power ratings we ever did.
that's true. And at the time, that was a brand new ability and was super, super rare. So I'm
Purple.
without having to redo her video, does that mean we just bump Charlotte down and then there's no technician female above a 23? Is that how we play this?
Jacqueline actually does 10% more gym damage than Charlotte, by the way. Charlotte caps out at 40%. Jacqueline is 50%. What in the world did we just discover? I'm not sure how to resolve this.
Well, I think on the fly, I think we
Oh,
move Charlotte down a point. Because you're right, it
yeah, we
is
certainly
exactly
can't
the
have her
same
above that.
ability, only actually a little bit
Yeah,
less.
yeah. Charlotte was literally one of the first we did, and we just didn't know what was coming in the future. And Jacqueline is exceedingly better than Charlotte. So,
Yep. So I think you're right. I think that we just made the decision. Baby Ice approves. The only is to riot. The
the
only
only,
way.
the only decision, the only
The
choice. I'm
only
sure
choice is
everybody's
to
gonna say.
riot. Thank you, Slipknot.
If
Only
we're
option
out,
is to riot. Oh, dang. So Charlotte moves to a 23 because I think that's right. I mean, her power, speed, and everything stays the same, but consistency wise, that means every single one that has that 2MP plus X color is a 3 out of 5. And then that means her and Jackie are both a 23 out of 25, but we still do not have a perfect female at all in the game in terms of the
no.
power ratings, at least. Mommy's close, but she's also a 23 out of 25. So,
Yeah.
well, I think we did it. Rusty, tell me what you think about this while I resize this window back, because now it's all over the
Well,
place.
okay, so I've heard Colin Cowherd say this a few times, where he's a sports broadcaster, and he always says, "I'm not committed to being right. I'm committed to getting it right." And I think that's what I would say about this power rating system, and I think it's what Lee and I would say about ourselves as power raters. That when we see something off, we're committed to making it right, and I think we just did that with both Jacqueline and Charlotte. So I know I can lay my head down and close my eyes at the end of the night tonight and sleep well without feeling guilty. And I would say this, as a notorious Charlotte Flair hater, Lee, didn't it feel good to just knock her down a peg?
That's hilarious. I didn't think about that, but it did indeed feel good. And if we're basing it off of my likes and wants in the world, that means that the first perfect female in the game needs to be a Becky Lynch variant or Rhea, because she's starting to creep into that all time best category for me. But
Yeah,
it's a story
yeah,
for another time.
Yeah, Rhea's incredible.
Yeah. So, well, take us out, Rusty. I think we did this right. Let's put a stamp on it.
That's all for this power rating, and thanks for being on with us. I mean, I say it all the time, but we are so genuinely appreciative that you would want to spend some of your weekend farting around on Twitch with us or watching us on a YouTube. And hey, if you have not yet stolen your mom or girlfriend's phone, why don't you subscribe to us on their platform as well so that we can continue to grow our audience as Operation Grandma continues. We'll see you next time.
Bye.